Namaskar dosto, I am P. Narasimha Murthy. Today I am going to explain about accounting terminology. In past I completed some of the topics. Now I am going to explain about accounting terminology. While we are preparing accounting, at that time some words or terms we are going to use, so that those terms are a little bit more meaning than general language. Means we have to know the terms meaning perfectly, which are a little bit more than the general meaning, okay, general English meaning, so that we will discuss those things as per the requirement of the accounting process. That means we will discuss so many terms, means nearby 25 to 26 terms are there, which are mostly arises again and again in your preparing accounting day-to-day transactions, so that we must need to know about the words meaning perfectly and how it can be useful to the accounting treatment. And here the words having little bit different meaning, not I am telling completely different, but little bit different meaning. So we have to acquaint, we have to acquaint those meanings while preparing the accounting. Okay dosto, now we will go to accounting terminology. Here just it is having 25 nearby points, but we will discuss one by one point. The first word of means first term of accounting terminology is assets. Assets means in general meaning it is known as properties. Clear? Asset means in general meaning it is properties. Properties, all the properties of the business are going under assets. Okay. So assets are subdivided into three categories. Clear? So assets in simple meaning, assets its meaning is what? That is cash, your property, bank balance, your property, furniture of the office is your property, trucks and machines, buildings, lands, license, okay, goodwill of the business, these all are considered as assets of the business. Okay. So out of these assets are also be classified into three categories now. Okay, assets are classified into three categories. That is fixed asset, thereafter current asset, thereafter fictitious asset. Okay, so first one is fixed asset. The asset which is fixed in nature, that means the assets, its value is, its lifetime is more than 1 year, and it is acquired or purchased by the business not for intention of sale, but it can be retained in the business for long period, is known as fixed asset. Example, purchase of land, construction of building, furniture, machines, plants, these all are going under now fixed assets. That means the business, its intention is not to sell again and again. Means a person who is purchasing a land for the intention of construction of buildings and continuing the business, then that land and building are known as fixed assets. Let a person who is under real estate business, his work is to purchase the land and construction the building and resell them again. Again he will purchase land, construction building, or convert into apartments, and those apartments they are selling. These are not fixed assets to him. But it is depending upon the person to person. Fixed assets may be changes from person to person. That means the person who acquired or purchased the land and buildings etc. with an intention to retain in the business for its use, permanent use in the business. Let an example, furniture, computer, okay, on the same way AC, refrigerator in the business, okay, and thereafter land, buildings, etc. These all are going under fixed assets, okay, which have more than 1 year of life is known as fixed assets. So just I will explain about current asset. Thereafter we will conclude what are going under current assets, what are going under fixed assets. Next come to another point, that is current asset. An asset which is convertible into cash within 1 year, or the business acquired those things with an intention to convert them into cash or resell them again, that is known as current assets. Example, I am telling that just current asset includes cash in hand, bank balance, not fixed that is fixed deposit, I am telling, not fixed deposit, current account balance, saving account balance. Whenever you can need, you can withdraw the money. That case I'm telling. So cash in hand, cash at bank, stock in the warehouse, and thereafter your bills receivables, debtors, thereafter short-term marketable securities. Okay, short-term marketable securities. On the same way, prepaid expenses, accrued incomes. Okay, these all are considered as current assets. Example, again I am telling, cash in hand, it is a liquid asset. Always it is in cash position. Bank balance, that means saving account balance as well as cash account balance, means that is current account balance. Whenever you can need, you can withdraw your money. So it is also converting into cash within 1 year. So it is also be a liquid asset. Thereafter, current account having the stock can be sellable within 1 year, and debtors means the business selling the goods on credit to our customers. The customer will pay within few months or few days or few weeks, but not over 1 year. So that these are considered as current assets. On the same way, current asset, next one is what? Bills receivable, means whenever you will sell the goods on credit, for acknowledgement of debt, you can receive some notes. Okay, that is a proof. It is known as bills receivable. We will discuss these all one by one in accounting terminology only. But just I will concluding these things, that is what are going under current assets. Cash in hand, cash at bank, debtors, stock or inventory, and thereafter bills receivable, and thereafter prepaid expenses, accrued incomes, or you can say it is outstanding prepaid expenses, accrued incomes, short-term marketable securities, etc. These all are going under current assets. So, what are the differences between fixed assets and current assets? Here, fixed assets are having long life, and the business purchases those assets to retain it in the business. Okay, not to sell. It is useful in the business for giving some services or output. Okay, so these are known as fixed assets. And current asset means the asset which is purchased by the business. It may be convertible into cash within 1 year, or it may be in the cash form. Those are known as current assets. Okay, within 1 year. Short-term asset, you can say it is fixed assets are long-term asset, whereas current assets are known as short-term asset. Again, I will go to explain about fictitious asset. Fictitious means sometimes the assets may be recorded on the asset side in the balance sheet for accounting adjustment point of view. And we cannot able to sell these things to outsider. Only for accounting adjustment point of view, we have to show this as an asset in the business. After certain years, we will draw some part of that and treat it as an expenses of the business, and we can show it in the PL account partly. After certain years, it will reach to zero. Okay, so example of that is our preliminary expenses, loss on issue of shares, and discount on issue of debentures, etc. These should be arises on the asset side of the balance sheet as fictitious asset. It cannot be sellable in the market, and it cannot have any more value. Only for accounting adjustment we can show in the asset side. These are known as fixed assets. Friends, any more doubts you can ask me. No problem. Just I am writing my number also. This is my phone number. Okay, this is my phone number. You can contact me directly if any more doubts you have. Okay, no problem at all. Please do it fast. Then next one is liabilities. Second point is liability. Here liabilities, that means there are liability means any amount of money due from the business to outsider is known as liability. Any amount of money which is due from the business to the outsider is known as liability. Let an example, a bank loan of a business is known as liability. Okay, on the same way, liabilities may be classified internal liability as well as external liability. That means the business arranged money in the form of share capital, means borrowed as loan, means a loan from owners. That means shares. Okay, shares means what? Share capital, investment of money by the owners in the form of capital is known as internal liabilities. Clear? Business never return back these things. Okay, leave it. Thereafter, external liabilities means any amount of money borrowed by the business from outsiders is known as liabilities. That is or outside liabilities, and these liabilities are also be classified into three categories. Okay, those are current liability, long term liability, and next one is contingency liability. Current liability, long term liability, contingency liability. Okay, so what is the meaning of current liability? Any amount of money due by the business to outsider within one financial year or 12 months or 365 days is known as current liability. Means the amount of liability which is payable by the business to outsider in one financial year or 1 year, within 1 year, that case is known as current liability. So examples of that is, just we purchase goods from our suppliers on credit. The suppliers may allowed 1 week, 2 week or 2 days or 3 days, but less than 1 year. So these are going under current liability. Again, overdraft, bank overdraft. In current account, the bank may facilitate to draw excess money than your actual account states. That is only for current account holders. So this money can be repayable within 14 days to the bank. Otherwise, bank will take action on you. So this overdraft also be considered as current liability. Okay, so any amount of outstanding wages, outstanding salaries, outstanding expenses, electricity bill outstanding, rent outstanding, insurance outstanding of the company. Let an example. These all are considered as outstanding liabilities, that is current liability. These should be payable within 1 year only. These should be payable within 1 year only, and thereafter these are considered as current liabilities. Go to long term liability. Any amount of loan which should be payable after 1 year is known as long term liability. Any amount of loan which should be payable by the business to outsider after 1 year is known as long term liability. So the long term liabilities are bank loans, loan from outsiders, loan from financial institutions, debentures, bonds, etc. are going under long term liability. And thereafter contingency liability. That means sometimes what happened, an unforeseen events may arise in the business. Okay, unforeseen event arise in the business means in future days there may be a chances of liability, but not now. Okay, maybe, may not be a liability is known as contingency liability, but maybe, may not be. How it be possible? There may be an unforeseen event may arise in the business. Example, one case is there on our business. Means in the future the case is running in the court of law. The oppositor claimed 5 lakh rupees on us. Okay, let we won the case, then no need to pay anything. If we lose the case, then we have to pay 5 lakhs rupees in future when the court will give the judgment. So at that time it can be a liability. For acknowledgement of these in the minds of the business, we must mention these things as a contingent liability, and it should not be enter in outside column. It should be enter as a note inside of the balance sheet. Okay. दोस्तों, I will continue the remaining part tomorrow. Thank you.